All right, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary intergalactic, interplanetary time travelers, as you see fit to call yourselves. I salute you. This is Oliver, and I'm here in a bunker, Studio 72, People's Republic of Portland, Oregon. And I realized that it's been a while since I fired off any op-ed vlog here, so why not? And it's been several weeks since I've used the old Kodak here with this new Google Pixel 6a, this new phone. Wow. It's pretty cool. The 7a and 8a is actually supposed to be nice, but they gave me a sweetheart deal on this, the 6a, the original, but super impressed. So I just wanted to spray a few current events, a few things that are going off, kind of my perspective and my lens, if you will, for whatever that's worth. And yes, I admit it's not worth much of anything. And of course, I will send you an invoice on this cornucopia of free advice and free perspectives. NFT and crypto. Large sums of crypto and NFT will cover the bill. I want to briefly kind of mention some Astro alignments. Everything looks pretty chill like right now. I can't see anything, although I'm not doing a deep dive and I'm not seeing what the interplanetary. I saw that there was some interplanetary alignment that was coming up or happening right now, actually, I believe. So check that out. Do a little bit of go duck, or Google, or I don't know. I mean, it's dangerous out there with AI. Apparently, they're jealous and trying to kill some of us. I hope it's not you. But looking at the calendar here, it gives me these little astro aspects. It's like day to day, like today you might get hit by a truck. And it's like, whoa! Says I could get hit by a truck. Don't go outside. No, it's not quite like that, but I don't see anything really too crazy. I mean, right now, let's see here. We're looking at Monday the 27th. It's void of course. It's 6:39 p.m. So that just means it goes from Gemini, the moon, and clicks into no man's land, which is pretty exciting for some of you fast, free, foot, and loose. That's your dance time. 6:39 West Coast. So Cancer goes into Leo. Leo here for the weekend. April Fool's Day. That's always a weird one. Palm Sunday. Anytime the religious holidays start kicking off, have you noticed that there's like a lot of bloodshed all of a sudden all over the Middle East? What's up with that? I mean, really? It's supposed to be a holiday, or not a holiday in the sense, it's a holy day. For Christ's sakes. Mercury goes into Taurus on the 3rd. I'm a big 3 guy. Got a lot of 3s and birthdays in the family. And then I'm concerned about the 5th. April 5th, Passover. So again, you've got the religious holiday. Passover begins on the full moon, which clicks into 9:34 p.m. is the full moon. Then it clicks into Scorpio moon, which, if any of you have ever heard anything that I've ever done, I'm severely allergic to Scorpio. And I developed this blistering rash. It's horrible. But well, maybe. The moon, and so that 11:29 p.m. Thursday the 6th, so the whole weekend of a holiday weekend, Passover, Good Friday the 7th, Scorpio moon. Saturday, Scorpio moon. A full weekend of religious holiday bloodshed and the Scorpio revenge, the great payback. So heads up, you've been warned. What's that, 10 days out? week and a half out. Um, so you're probably all gonna die, or at least a lot of people you know are probably gonna die in about 10 days. But it's all good, right? Because you're gonna eat the bugs, you're gonna have nothing, and you're gonna be happy. But then there'll be great anger. Then we will see great anger from the lockdowns. Something like that. I got to work on my crazy German old guy accent, but you've heard it. I'm sure you've heard it. I mean, they say it. You're going to eat bugs. I mean, you're already eating bugs, and you don't know it. There's cricket meal. And so basically, it's like Kafka. It's the metamorphosis. We're living the metamorphosis, and we have become the bugs, and they're eating us, and then bugs eat other bugs, right? I mean, that's why you put ladybugs in the garden, because they eat the aphids. I mean, everybody celebrates. The aphids are dying, that their heads have been pulled off. I don't know. We don't want to get too deep into it, but I wanted to do a little bit of just a Ramble spray, and you could tell I'm doing a really good job of that part. I love rambling spray. Politics and some current events. I want to do a little bit of a psychoanalysis on the Trump train. And so I always have to say like a little, precursor, little pretext that no, I'm not a huge diehard Trump fan, but I do compare him to like one of the disciples or apostles out of the Bible. No, not true. But, well, maybe, sorta, who knows? But it's pretty wild. And so, but my perspectives are as an independent. Okay, I've been an independent my whole life. And I voted for Trump in 2020. I will vote for him again in 2024 because I like that he's proven himself true on so many things. And so a part of my analysis of all the news with this speech and rally in Waco, which I thought it went pretty well. I know I saw a lot of people were shitting their britches over some things that he said, and I don't know if you realize that's why he said them. Just kind of let that sink in. Well, Larry, I never thought about that. You mean if he says that crazy shit because these crazy dipshits are going to say all this crazy shit he said? Yes, Larry. Man, you are a smart fucker sometimes, Larry. Yes. That's why you say crazy shit. Everybody talks about the crazy shit you say. And it may not even be really as crazy as some people are trying to make it out to be, but so I'm just not, I just want to pitch that out there because it's kind of like I get immediately, people on Twitter are like, well, how much Trump merch do you have? LOL. You got t-shirts and hats and, no, I should probably get some. I don't have a bunch of it. Why is that's like a MAGA test? Wow. I mean, Snap MAGA quiz is like, how much merch you got? And then they go tap and they're going to look around and say, I don't see any pictures of Trump there in your profile. It's like you're jumping to conclusions. I may not be what they told you, all these MAGA patriot independent thinkers that like some of the messaging or all the messaging are, and who we think about. So, and it's clear that we're in a psychological crisis in America. It's one thing that we can agree on mutually. Regardless of your political alignments, I see not the blue-red, I see authoritarian, non-authoritarian, civil libertarians, right? They're fighting for the civil liberties type of spectrum, the access, see? It's an access here with me and my perspective and lens and all these different, the larger major perspectives, they have varying degrees of tyranny, totalitarianism. I mean, whether it's coming from the left that want to mandate that, your children are no longer your children, and they're going to teach them sex education in the kindergarten, first grade, 6 years old, 7-year-old, 8-year-olds. They're now going to have sex education, and they're going to be jammed in and programmed about gender dysphoria, whether you like it or not. That's the public school agenda, and you're a fascist and a bigot, xenophobe and racist, if you speak out against that as a parent, as a public school parent. Yeah, that's the reality we're in, and the Democrats don't realize that they're in this bubble. They're in this psychosis. So we've got a massive psychological crisis in America, and we're not prepared for it. And the worst part is that our adversaries, and you could call them whoever you want to call them, and there is a lot of adversaries, they're taking advantage of our weakness, our psychological downfall, and our time of need. We are being rickrolled, thumped, right? In major ways, and in hostile ways, with our children, our youth, hell, our adults. It's not just the children that are influenced with these TikTok platforms. I mean, have you seen what Rep AOC, I mean, what TikTok has done to her in that short a time? I mean, she sounds like a totally different person. She's lost her mind. TikTok has changed that woman in just a couple of days. But it's pretty intense. So back on the Trump speech. Let's get back on the Trump. Everything that's happening is a psychological operation. So if we can agree on that, wherever your political spectrum is, we can talk. We can talk. I mean, an all-you-can-eat buffet is available to everyone. We all get fresh plates, and we'll all just take our turns going around picking what we like. We can have the same lunch buffet if we agree that everything that's going on, it's not a conspiracy, it's an aluminum hat type of whatever, fuck you guys want to call it. If we can agree that it's not all a big load of donkey shit, donkey manures, big juicy piles of donkey manures, it's psychological operations, intentionally gaslighting, intentionally telling you what you think is real is not real, intentionally telling you what the facts are and what the science is, and questioning things is science. If you don't understand gaslighting, chances are you're gaslit real good. I can smell gas coming from you from here, and I'm miles away. So you're being gaslit real good. So you question everything. I mean everything. What I call it is, I like the term, and I came across it, stumbled across it somewhere. It's not mine. I didn't invent it. Although I'd love to take credit for it, but God, it just wouldn't be right. Reverse Jedi mind trick. Reverse Jedi, that Star Wars. Wow, God, who the fuck doesn't love Star Wars? Well, some of these guys love it more than others. I'm not as deep as those guys, but I do appreciate reverse Jedi mind trick. So you're doing the reverse. Someone's coming at you with a mind trick, right? Every day. They're up in my DMs all day long. I got hookers, strippers. Nobody's delivering pizzas. Whatever the hell is going on, they're coming for me. They got plans upon plans that it's mind-boggling what these people come to me in my DMs trying to hustle me for. All women, all hot. Go figure. I figured that's psychological operations, right? So this is happening. We have to question everything. Now, what is going on with Bragg in this investigation? Mr. Bragg, DA Bragg, 2 G's. There's something weird going on, and I don't understand what the story exactly. It looks like it's fabricated. It looks like another shit show clusterfuck, which we've seen for years now. I mean, you guys have done this so many times. that even the idiots that have drank the swamp water, they've still are. It just doesn't smell right, Larry. That's what people are saying. They smell the gas as you're gaslighting them. They smell that rotten egg kind of. Something ain't right. Sulfur, gassy smell. Doesn't add up. And I'm not sure, but I think the reverse side Jedi mind trick, this is just me, I'm just spraying. I know this is why you guys are sending me huge sums of NFTs and crypto, is I think Trump might have extrapolated that he was going to be arrested to create the blowback and the opposition to corner and quarantine and contain the attack and the investigation in southern New York. That's what it looks like to me. So, which is brilliant. I mean, you may hate the motherfucker, but it's brilliant if that's true. I don't know if that's true. So there might have been a real leak, like Bragg might have really been having these ideas, and the handcuffs, orange man in handcuffs, right? I heard the chanting everywhere, read it over and over again on Twitter. Didn't you? Orange man in handcuffs. The insanity, the mania, the masses, wild-eyed, setting fire to garbage in Paris. Ah, hey, I got an idea. Let's go on strike and let all the biohazard pile up on the streets, and then we'll set fire to it in Paris. Oh, that's a real good idea, Wilgus. Yeah, let's go light Paris on fire to change the world. What the fuck? I mean, if you can't see the psychological operation happening in France and Paris, you're lost. You're on the wrong show. You're on the wrong channel. You're talking to the wrong jackass. You're lost. It's not a time to celebrate Paris falling and burning. It's not a time. Now, what's happening in Israel of a psychological operation is very curious to me. Very curious indeed. And I have to admit, I'm a little excited. I just feel positive. My bias is bubbling and percolating over. It's like the steam out of that coffee pot that's whistling. I have to be honest. It's not like I saw it happening, but I saw it happening. And I wasn't really sure what to make of it. There's always these holiday clashes. You know, there's blood and clashes. I keep saying holiday. Isn't religion really just an excuse for holidays? Holy days. Holy days. These, whether you're an atheist or you're in deep, you have to understand that these are holy days and they're special meanings to people. These are special times for special people. Special needs, special times, special holy days. Right? I mean, we have to respect that. We have to do a better job of respecting that, because that's what's really going wrong here. You don't have to be a Christian fundamentalist to respect their rights and their beliefs, that they believe there's a fiery lake of hell. And if you do things, you're going there. And if you do those things, you're going there. And they're going to go there with you if they let you do that. Or something like that. You don't have to believe in the lake of fire. You ever heard the acoustic? Nirvana? Where do bad folks go when they die? They don't go to heaven, where the angels fly. Lake of Fire. One of the tastiest acoustics that Troubled Little Brother did. You know, Kurt Cobain. Rest in peace, buddy. But I digress. I'm not sure. That was a good music recommendation, but let's try to make a better point. Israel, with this coup, it looks like to me that an ethno-state of Zionism, Judeo-Zionism, they've proposed last week, if you missed this, you should have shit your britches. If you're going to be shitting your britches, and I see a lot of people shitting their britches everywhere I go, outside, Twitter, social media, in space. There's people shitting their britches in space about what we're doing. But they want to lock up Christians. You can't talk about Jesus in Israel. This was the proposal. If you're a Christian, you're going to preach Jesus, you could be fined. You're going to be waterboarded. They fly in Governor Ron DeSantis for that. They just fly him. Whoosh, whoosh, they just fly him right in. He's like a waterboarding specialist. He loved waterboarding so much in Gitmo during his time with the Navy. And yeah, he was there torturing people. People said he laughed. He had a weird laugh. A weird laugh enjoying torturing people at Gitmo. So they fly the waterboarding specialist, old Governor Ron, they fly him into Zion, Golan Heights, and he waterboards. He waterboards them. So there is this weird, very weird, spooky shit that's going on. If you're religious, I see religious people not paying attention to understand what the fuck's going on. It's happening so damn fast. It's probably manufactured, but it feels like there's an organic part to it. Paris kind of had that, but not as strong. Like, Paris was just obvious. It's like, what? You're going to say I can't retire and get a pension at 62? I got to be 64? Oh, hell no, we're going to burn your house and your children. Hell no, 2 years means we kill you. It's like, wait, what? I mean, I know you French guys are emotional motherfuckers and some heavy drinkers. I got nothing with heavy, I have no problem with heavy drinkers. Some of my best friends are heavy drinkers. They're all dead. No, not all of them. It's not you're not paying attention, in my opinion. That's just my perspective and my lens on France. So let me pull back out on France. So because that psychological operation, I'm sorry, it was Israel. Both of them are happening, and I guess there's something going on in Pakistan. It just feels like that Arab Spring, the green color revolution, or orange revolution, or purple revolution, or maroon. Is this the maroon revolution? What color revolution is it? It's the blue and white starred striped revolution? Well, maybe. Could be blue and white striped revolution. Feels like a colored revolution, but there is some organic natures to it. Now, they're resisting. What happened? Now, one of the sickest motherfuckers out there is Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, right? Netanyahu, right? That's Ye's like role model. Ye loves Netanyahu so much. You gotta see him on his interview with Alex Jones a couple months ago. He loves the prime minister. This guy is really a sick and twisted mofo. He's not representing Judeo-Christian, multi-religious. He's going for ethno-state. He wants to put Christians in prison. They acted like they backpedaled, but what they really just did is publicly said, well, it's there. It is what it is, but we don't really have jail space for him right now, or whatever. It's very, very spooky. And you got the super religious to say, oh, this is all in Revelations, man. This is all predicted. It's in scriptures. This is 1 John, 2 John. This is, 13th chapter of Revelations, Larry. 14th and 13th scripture, verse 6, 7, 8, and 9. All say Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is going to put us in prison and force us to have the mark of the beast and our 6th booster. Now, they did boost the holy shit out of the Israeli population, which is a huge red flag in my opinion. What the fuck did they get? mRNA? Everyone. It's like 80%. Are they dying? Are they sterilized? Where's the data? The doctor's been killed? So Benny says to the judges, oh, you're not going to go along with my little plan? Well, say hello to my little friends. You're fired. You're fired. So he's firing judges that disagree with him, that are saying, the kids in the street are angry and ready to revolt. It's not a good idea at this point. So it looks like he's put that on pause. So this great plan to lock up Christians, prevent the free speech of Christianity and speaking about really any other thing other than whatever the hell they're preaching with Zionism, which is not Judaism at all, but I guess partially. So crazy shit. So it's like, what's happening there? What's real? What's the backstory there? Is it all a distraction because the prime minister's been indicted on criminal charges? He shouldn't even be there. So it's like he's now being cemented into power by saying, hey, I'm going to do all these sick, totalitarian, crazy fascist things. So try to stop me. Try to hold me accountable for the crimes that I've committed and you caught me at? I don't know, but there's some really weird fucking shit going on there. And so, heads up, I don't support what's going on in Paris. Nothing good comes from violent revolution. It's a bloodbath, and usually, often, historically, it's worse after the bloodbath and revolution. It gives powers. It gives emotional knee-jerk reactions to do authoritarian, tyrannical, totalitarian measures, like disappearing judges, right? When you fire them, you're just being nice, right? Yeah, we've seen, I'm not even going to get into it, we've seen it in other places where judges spontaneously combust, like poof, and they're gone, dead. So that's what comes next, is you're going to see a whole bunch of people that are going to be disappearing and clearly suicidal. Anybody that opposes Prime Minister Benny is suicidal at this point. I can guarantee that. And there'll be neckties, and they'll be dying off of their doorknobs, and all kinds of crazy small aircraft going down. No, I don't know, but people are going to die. And they're probably going to die, like I pointed out, for the holidays there. With the Good Friday and the Scorpio weekend. I mean, there's no better time to kill off your enemies and stage false flags than in the middle of a Scorpio full moon weekend. We've seen it over and over and over and over again. I think it was, I have to go back in, I think it was January. But I predicted it then. And so I don't like to be right. And I never like talking about it because it's never happy when I'm right. But I'm always right. Or almost 99% right. I'm right most of the time. Except for when I said that, then that was wrong. But I admit that I'm wrong. So I've got to, I've got to balance. But yeah, no, it's not good. And if it's going to go down anywhere, it's going to go down there in the Middle East, right? I mean, you're going to have micro nukes either against Iran or claims that Iran nuked Israel or, Gaza, something, dirty bomb, everyone's sick and water is contaminated. Pretty much like what's been happening here in the United States for the last 5 months. Wait, what? What? So Minnesota, it's got a leaking radioactive nuclear facility that's contaminated all their drinking water. Have you heard about that? Hasn't been on the news much. And then last week, or maybe a couple days ago, I heard that they had another second leak, but that leak happened there with the nuclear waste because they were repairing and fixing the previous November leak that they didn't tell anybody until just a couple weeks ago, but everyone was drinking poison radioactive water for months and didn't tell anybody.